I think we are live. Morning, everybody. Coffee. Survived the storm last night. Morning to my East Coast peeps. Todd, Christina. Hi, Christina. Hi, Christina. Trevor. Cap. Sean. Story. Good morning. All my West Coast guys. Parker. Leaving out for Hawaii. Safe travels, brother. Mr. Steve Brown at VP. Good morning, sir. Mr. Rivas, Dominic, Jose. Good morning, gentlemen. Oh, it's this will be an interesting test to see how things go, to say the least. As you can see, I have the fixed build behind me. Gonna do a light tear down on it. Reinstall my axles that I took as spares on the Matzilla TTC rig. Get that back running. My shop is still a mess, and another day in paradise. We'll see. See who's getting on here. If you guys, you can still watch this later on YouTube. It should be up. Watch at your leisure. Like I said, this is the first one. It's probably going to be a little rough. So just roll with it and see what happens. Let's see who commented. Max Headstrom. Well, I haven't heard that name in a long time. Well, let's get on the topics. The winter builds. We'll do that first since nobody's chatty. My winter build is pretty much going to be getting this shop into final stages of organization. Get that taken care of so I can get this rearranged and more feng shui. Winter builds. This was going to be my winter build, but that got bumped up. So now I have this Escalade that I acquired from one of my club members. Oh, look at that. It's even got Vanquish on the back. It's a hard body. Thinking about doing a trail rig with it. Do some tube fenders, sliders, roof rack, cover up all that, all these little holes. Vanquish light bar. Looks like the headlights are a bit faded. wax those back into shape, or I might even cut them out and put some Vanquish Q series headlights in them. Who knows? This weekend is our last ARCC comp. We did a test this year for KOA, King of Arkansas Crawlers, King of ARCC. And the person who has acquired the most points, been in attendance the most, ran the same rig in each comp, you get so many points per event per your place. And at the end of the last comp, we do the awards, and the king of ARCC gets crowned. Ought to be interesting, which kind of sucks in a way because it's hunting season. Anything after November 1st is almost impossible to get people to show up for due to hunting season and the holidays coming up. Everybody's dispersed, and it's just hard to get everybody together, especially down south. Come on, focus. There we go. This camera's got an auto focus feature, and I don't really care for it. I hope you guys can hear me over my dual fan setup on my computer. Axial Bomber Fab RTR. I bet that caught some of you by surprise, huh? Good morning, Chris. My Austrian friend. I'm glad you got your revenge on Parker. That was quite the interesting story he told about you getting him back. But back to the Axial RR10 bomber rig. It looks awesome. Can't wait to get one in my hands. The shocks, I haven't got a good look at them, but they look like they're aluminum bodied with plastic blue caps and thread adjusters. Not really all aluminum. I don't know, maybe somebody that's seen one in person can comment. I was really hoping Axial would go back to their old ways and doing some solid beadlocks instead of this cheap plastic shit they put out. Love you, Axial, but those wheels are just it's got the wild boar shafts, which are durable. The new axles, the new AR60 axles, have a different diff cover. It looks like it's looks like a curry. in a sense. The new skid's been redesigned for the 2-speed T-case. The upper link mount, the lower link mounts have been redesigned. Sway bar mounts. I dig it. I'm not too sure about their new motor setup. It looks like some rebranded HPI cans. I like the transmission setup. I like how the motor is now almost in the center of the skid. I dig that. Battery tray doesn't look like it'll hold a very big battery. Excuse me. Adjustable aluminum king shocks. Okay, so they are aluminum bodied, but everything else on them is plastic. It's a step in the right direction. Let's see what else. It does have metal internal gears in the T-case and trans. Metal's better than plastic, even if it is pot metal. Rear output differential cover, and it's a pass-through. That's cool for guys wanting to do like 6x6 builds. They can now have that feature to do a pass-through axle with the AR60s instead of hacking them up like they have been doing. They redesigned the steering knuckles, and I know people have already been discussing this. Harley and a few others. Looks like they even redid their radios, and they went with, looks like a Dean's plug, similar. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh, excuse me. Excuse my sleepiness. Mr. Steve Brown called me or texted me this morning before I woke up, and got me up before my first cup of coffee. I think the Bomber Fab rig is going to be a big hit. I'm glad to see they finally did away with the Wraith and got a more modern rock racer out there that people can really identify with nowadays. And Bomber Fab buggy is just tits. I love it. Now, if somebody would just build or make a scale triple bypass shock to go with the Kings, I'm not asking for much. Just a triple bypass shop. It doesn't even have to work. It just has to look like one. Is it really that hard? Because I know some of you 3D printing guys that have the skills to model that stuff could probably make it happen. Huh? Huh? Oh my, I have actually 2 viewers. Whee! Let's see, what else is there on this Bomber Fab underneath option parts? Oh, no icon shocks on a King Shock sponsored rig? What the hell? It says it's brushless ready, which if I get one, it would be complemented with a Holmes setup. That Holmes Pro Puller I ran at the fix was just absolutely spot on. I could romp and throw roost, and I could still slow crawl 1 lug at a time. I really dug that motor, and the ESC never got hot once, not in all the 12 hours of running. That let's see the tech specs. Width 11 inches, height 9 inches, wheelbase almost 15, ground clearance almost 3, weight 6 1/4. Heck yeah, I really dig it. I can't wait to get my hands on one. Would be an awesome rig for the 10-hour endurance coming up in March, Arkansas. Excuse me. I need to wake up, get my my Thrive on. I'm sure some of you have seen Parker and a few others. This Thrive daily supplement stuff supposed to give you energy and help you with weight control and all this other stuff. It's hard for me to stay on stuff like that because you got to do step 1, step 2, step 3 throughout the whole day, and once I get going, there is no telling when I'll stop. I may not even stop for lunch. So for me, doing those supplement program things just usually doesn't work. But I'm giving it my fair shot. And so far I've gotten the pills down. And that's about it. I don't get past the pills, and then my day starts, and I'm on the roll. Any of you guys got any winter builds going? Comment. The fix, for those of you that were there, might have to do this later on in the evening when everybody gets home, because I really wanted to get a few people's stories that were there. Trevor's story, his crew, Todd and Christina's story, Sean and James, Sean and Story, and a few other people's, just to get some perspective. Team TCS, Brian Muzzy, Jose, and can't remember the other. Ben. I know those guys did the team aspect of the fix, and I'd like to get their experience on that, because I plan on doing the fix team next year. So I'll be looking to get on a team or form my own. I don't know. It's still a year out, so we have time to plan. But next year, what we learn from this year will be applied to next year. And next year's team aspect, there won't be as much downtime for the other team drivers. I think Parker and I have figured out a way to incorporate all the team members on course. And it ought to be interesting. Kind of like a baton race where you pass off to another one and another guy drives, and then get to a certain trail marker, you pass off to another guy. And you've got to, the team has to decide, I'm doing gates 1 through 50 on fix 1 course, and then such and such is doing gates 51 through whatever on fix 2 course. Then stop off at the pits, swap a battery, and then driver 3 takes off, or however the team decides to do it. With every event, we learn something new to apply to the next one. They don't always go smoothly, but we try to roll with it and make it happen. This year, fix, we didn't get our fix gates in time, so we had to make do with what we had. Sponsors that have been jumping on board, Proline, they've already said for the fix 2016, we got the pits handled. We're sponsoring the pits, which means probably they're going to have a big easy up, tables, who knows, they may even put out a bunch of tools for everybody to use. Those guys are they're pretty cool. They even gave me some bacon while we were there the Sunday we were packing up and leaving. The Don father, Don, awesome driver, awesome builder. He's got some cool, neat, very cool, neat features on his honcho he built. If you ever get a chance to talk to him, sit and chat with that cat. He is top notch, definitely. Let's see what else. Oh yeah. Companies that did get their products Econ G6 certified for 2016 should be getting an email from Parker soon. We all know Parker time is whenever. He's on his way to Hawaii for the Shakabra Classic 3. So he may be incommunicado for a week until all that's over. Who knows? The fix is turning into a King of the Hammers type deal, where all the companies send out their products to get beat on and tested, and finally the vendors companies are starting to see that, and they're jumping on board like wildfire. We're going to be able to sponsor a set of gates, of course. Like Proline stepped up and said, we got the pits handled for next year. Somebody else could step up and say, hey, we're going to supply everybody with chargers next year. We're going to supply everybody with food and drink for next year, or whatever. The doors have been flung open, so to speak, and I see good things worldwide. Asia may even get a G6. You know, when the world comes knocking on your door, it's time to take notice. You're being watched, and it's nothing but fun. Nothing but good fun. Oh, well, I guess nobody's wanting to talk. And we are almost up with 30 minutes. So, we will see how this one ran. Those of you who watched, give me some comments, feedback, and we'll try this thing again. And we'll see you later.